Imagine giant triangles rising from the desert sand. These are the Egyptian pyramids, built thousands of years ago. They're huge, and they make people wonder about the people who built them. These pyramids aren't just graves. They show how powerful, smart, and spiritual the ancient Egyptians were, but how did they build something so big? What's hidden inside? These questions have puzzled people for a long, long time. Trying to figure out the pyramid's secrets is like traveling back in time to a world of pharaohs, gods, and special rituals about death and what happens after. How the Egyptians built the pyramids is a big mystery. Lots of people have ideas. One idea is the ramp theory. Imagine huge ramps made of dirt, bricks, and wood all around the pyramid. Workers would pull the giant stones up these ramps using rollers and levers. As the pyramid got taller, they would make the ramps longer too until the very top. Another idea is the water shaft theory. This one says the Egyptians used the Nile River. They made canals from the river to the pyramids. They put the stones on rafts and floated them to the pyramid. Then they used levers and pulleys to lift the stones up. Archaeologists have found pieces of ramps near some pyramids. That makes the ramp theory seem possible. They've also found old tools like copper chisels and wooden hammers, which show us how skilled the builders were. Old writings also help us. A Greek historian named Herodotus visited Egypt a long, long time ago and wrote about ramps and copper tools. We don't know exactly how they did it, but we know they were clever, worked hard, and planned carefully. Building the pyramids was a huge job that took thousands of people many years. The pyramids weren't just big buildings, they were important to the Egyptians' religion. Pharaohs, the god-kings of Egypt, were buried inside. Egyptians believed in life after death, where the pharaoh would keep ruling. The pyramid, tall and with secret rooms, was like a door to this afterlife. It was supposed to protect the pharaoh's body and his stuff for his journey there. Inside, archaeologists have found fancy rooms with hieroglyphs, picture writing, and paintings. These show Egyptian stories about life after death. They also buried food, furniture, weapons, and other things with the pharaoh. The most famous pyramid is the Great Pyramid of Giza. Pharaoh Khufu built it. It shows how ambitious and skilled the Egyptians were. For a long time, it was the tallest thing ever built. The Great Pyramid has more than 2 million stone blocks, each one super heavy. It's amazing how perfectly they fit together. Inside, there are lots of rooms and hallways. The most famous is the King's Chamber, right in the middle, with a big stone box where Khufu's body was. The Great Pyramid isn't just a tomb. It shows how powerful, rich, and advanced the ancient Egyptians were. The pyramids also show how much the Egyptians knew about math and stars. The pyramids point perfectly north, south, east, and west. The Great Pyramid is almost exactly north, which is incredible. Also, the pyramid's measurements use special math. If you compare the bottom and the height, you get a number close to pi. This shows they knew a lot about geometry. The pyramids also line up with the stars, which means they probably used them for studying the sky. Finding tombs inside pyramids teaches us about how ancient Egyptians lived and what they believed. One famous discovery was Tutankhamun's tomb. He was a young pharaoh. His tomb, found in 1922, wasn't as big as others, but it was full of amazing things: a gold mask, chariots, weapons, and furniture. These things show us how rich and skilled the Egyptians were. They also tell us about their religion, burials, and art. The treasures aren't just beautiful and valuable, they tell a story. Many pyramids have hieroglyphs, Egyptian picture writing, on the walls. These aren't just decorations, they tell stories about Egyptian beliefs and life. They show the sun god, Ra, traveling across the sky, a ceremony about being judged after death and how pharaohs were like gods. The hieroglyphs also tell us pharaohs' names, families, and what they did. They're like history books written in stone. Figuring out what the hieroglyphs say has helped us understand ancient Egypt. The Egyptian pyramids are amazing reminders of a very old civilization. They show how clever people were, how great their buildings could be, and how strong their beliefs were. The pyramids aren't just old tombs, they tell stories about pharaohs, gods, and what Egyptians thought about life after death. Today, the pyramids are special protected places that people visit from all over the world. They show us Egypt's amazing history and culture. We may never know all their secrets, but the pyramids will always make us wonder.